Hello students, welcome back to my online class. Today in this lesson we will read third and fourth part of the story The Tiger King, written by Kalki. So far we have seen how a, an astrologer had made prophecy about the death of the king, the manner in which he would be killed by a tiger. Uh, and also, we have seen how there was a heated debate between the astrologer and the king. Both were proclaiming about their victory. So, now let's go through the third part. From that day onward, it was celebration time for all the tigers inhabiting Pratibandhapuram. But as soon as the king has taken the vow to kill 100 tigers, so it was also a celebration for the tigers because only king was allowed to kill the tigers. The state banned tiger hunting by anyone except the Maharaja. A proclamation was issued to the effect that if anyone dared to fling so much as a stone at a tiger, all his wealth and property would be confiscated. So the king issued a royal order that anyone who is found killing tiger in his estate would be punished and his property and wealth would be seized by the king. So only Maharaja Jilani Jang Bahadur was allowed to hunt in his kingdom so that he can quickly complete his vow. The Maharaja vowed he would attend to all other matters only after killing the 100 tigers. Initially, the king seemed well set to realize his ambition. So now, the Maharaja took pledge that he will not take care of all other matters of the kingdom until he fulfill his ambition. Initially, the king found it easy to kill the tigers. He found no obstacle or problems in killing the tigers. Not that he faced no dangers. There were times when the bullet missed the mark. The tiger leaped upon him and he fought the beast with his bare hands. Each time it was Maharaja who won. And it was not the fact that every time the king was able to kill the tigers very easily. Many of the times he missed his aim, and as a retaliation, the tiger leaped upon him. And now the king had to had to fight the tiger with bare hands. But it was strange that every time the king killed the beast. At another time, he was in danger of losing his throne. So the king also faced another kind of challenge. Uh, he was he faced danger of losing his throne. A high-ranking British officer visited Pratibandhapuram. He was very fond of hunting tigers and fonder of being photographed with the tiger he had shot. So, a British officer visited Pratibandhapuram and he was very fond of hunting tigers. And it was his hobby that he wanted to be photographed with the tiger he had shot or killed. As usual, he is wished to hunt tigers in Pratibandhapuram, but Maharaja was firm in his resolve. He refused permission. But as soon as this British officer entered in the territory of Bandapuram, the king refused his request. And I can organize any other hunt. You may go on a boar hunt. You may conduct a mouse hunt. We are ready for a mosquito hunt, but tiger hunt, that's impossible. So now the king made several excuses that he can arrange other the hunt of other animals for the British officer, but he cannot grant him permission to kill tigers. So here the king was afraid that in case permission will be granted to the British officer, then shortly there will be shortage of tigers in his kingdom and it will take him long time to achieve his goal. The British officer's secretary sent word to the Maharaja through the Diwan that Durai himself did not have to kill the tiger. The Maharaja could do the actual killing. What was important to the Durai was a photograph of himself holding the gun and standing over the tiger's carcass. So, carcass here means the dead body of animal. Again, the British officer's secretary sent a message through Diwan to the king that our officer wanted to have photographs with the dead king. It doesn't matter whether who killed the a tiger. The officer only wanted to get photograph with a gun on the dead body of the tiger. But the Maharaja would not agree even to this proposal. If he relented now, what would he do if other British officers turned up for the tiger hunts? But this proposal was also rejected by the king as he feared that other British officers too will approach with the same request. Because he prevented a British officer from fulfilling his desire, the Maharaja stood in danger of losing his kingdom itself. And at that time, nearly the whole country was under control of British. So here also the king was afraid of being attacked by the British army. And now he was scared of losing his territory. The Maharaja and the Diwan had deliberation over this issue. As a result, a telegram was dispatched forthwith to a famous British company of jewelers in Calcutta. Send samples of expensive diamond rings of different designs. Now the Maharaja and Diwan, they had discussions on how to solve this issue. How can they make the British officers happy? Yeah, how can they prevent their territory from being attacked by the British army? So then the king sent a telegraph to a British company of jewelers in Calcutta and asked a sample of expensive diamond rims of different designs. So during the discussion it was decided that they will demand a sample of expensive diamond rings of different designs. Some 50 rings arrived. The Maharaja sent the whole load to British officers' good lady. The king and the minister expected the Durai Sani to choose one or two rings and send the rest back. Within no time at all, the Durai Sani sent her reply, "Thank you very much for your gifts." So, some 50 rings were dispatched by this company of jewelers, and then Maharaja sent the whole lot of rings to the wife of this British officer. It means now this was a diplomatic decision, diplomatic strategy to uh, make the British officer's wife happy, and they found only this the uh, way to prevent their territory. The king and other ministers they thought that the wife of the British officer will keep one or two rings for herself and will return the other rings, but they were surprised when they got only a reply of thanks from the queen. In 2 days, a bill for 3 lakhs of rupee came from the British jewelers. The Maharaja was happy that though he had lost 3 lakhs of rupee, he had managed to retain his kingdom. And after 2 days, a bill of 3 lakhs was sent by the jewelers to the king, but now the king had to pay 3 lakhs for the diamond rings, but he was contented that at the cost of 3 lakhs he was able to save his country, his territory. So this was up to the third part. The Maharaja, let's move to the fourth part. The Maharaja's tiger hunts continued to be highly successful. Within 10 years, he was able to kill 70 tigers, and then an unforeseen hurdle brought this mission to a standstill. So, the hunting mission, hunting of tiger, proved to be successful. In next 10 years, the king had killed 70 tigers, but all of a sudden, an unforeseen and unpredictable hurdle brought his mission to a standstill. He faced some peculiar kind of a challenge. The tiger population became extinct in his forest of Pratibandhapuram. Who knows whether the tigers practiced birth control or committed harakiri or simply run away from the state because they desired to sort by the British hands only. So the new challenge was that the population of the tiger became extinct. So number of tigers has reduced to zero. So again it was a challenge for the king that how could he fulfill his aim. And now they begin to analyze the reason for the lake of tigers. They thought that uh, whether the tiger had practiced birth control or whether they have committed suicide. Harakiri here means suicide, or simply they run away from his kingdom because they loved to be killed in the hands of the British officers. One day, Maharaja sent for Diwan. Diwan Sahib, aren't you aware of the fact that 30 tigers still remain to be shot down by this gun of mine? He asked, brandishing his gun. So again, to find solution for this problem, the king sent for the Diwan, and when Diwan Sahib arrived, the king asked him that still 30 tigers are remaining for fulfilling his a promise, and at that time he was just cleaning his gun. Shuddering at the sight of the gun, the Diwan cried, "Your Majesty, I am not a tiger." Now, very beautifully, the author has tried to narrate the scene or the dialogues uh, between the king and Diwan. So, as the king was talking while cleaning his gun and pointing towards Diwan, Diwan became very scared and he said to the king that he was not a tiger. So don't aim at him. Which idiot would you call a tiger? No, and I am not a gun. You are neither tiger nor gun. Diwan Sahib, I summoned you here for a different purpose. I have decided to get married. So now, again, very humorously, King said that uh, which idiot would call you a tiger? Means you don't have any characteristic of a tiger, and I cannot address you like a tiger or a gun. But the most important thing is that I have sent for you because now I wanted to get married. So now the king expressed his wish to Diwan that he wanted to get married soon. Diwan began to babble even more. Your Majesty, I have two wives already if I marry you. But here Diwan misunderstood the king's orders and he said that he had already two wives and now he don't want to marry the third one. Don't talk nonsense. Why should I marry you? What I want is a tiger. Then, irritatingly, the king became angry and he said to Diwan that why should I marry you? I want a tiger. Your Majesty, please think it over. Your ancestors were married to the sword. If you like, marry the gun. A tiger king is more than enough for his this state. It doesn't need a tiger queen as well. So now again Diwan was not able to understand what the king wanted to say and he realized that now the king wanted to marry with the tiger. Then he said that this land, this kingdom is had already a tiger king and they don't want a tiger queen. Maharaja gave a loud crack of laughter. I am not thinking of marrying either a tiger or a gun, but a girl from the rank of human beings. Then again, uh, the king was much entertained by the words of Diwan, and then he said that he don't want to marry a tiger or a gun, but he wanted to marry a girl from of the rank of human beings. First, you may draw up statistics of tiger population in different native states. Next, you may investigate if there is a girl I can marry in the royal family of a state with a large tiger population. So, we have seen that the main objective of king getting married is to find the tiger. So, he had placed uh, the condition that so he gave orders to the king to find first to arrange statistics to know the real number of tigers to identify or to find out which neighboring state has largest number of population and also is there any suitable girl uh, in the royal family to whom he could marry. Diwan followed his orders. He found the right girl from a state which possessed a large number of tigers. And very soon, the Diwan followed his instructions, and very soon he was able to find out the state having largest number of population and also a suitable bride for the king. Maharaja Jang Bahadur killed 5 or 6 tigers every time he visited his father-in-law. In this manner, 99 tigers' skins adorned the walls of the reception hall in the Pratibandhapuram palace. So, the king was happily married to the uh, to the princess of the neighboring state, and whenever Maharaja visited his in-laws' house, he killed 5 or 6 tigers every time at his every visit. In this manner, 99 tiger skins and Following the same pattern, the king uh, has placed 99 tiger skins on the walls on the walls of the reception hall in Pratibandhapuram palace. So thus we have seen that after marrying a princess from neighboring state, king was able to kill 99 tigers, and he adorned his palace walls with the skin of those uh, killed tigers. So he wanted to show his uh, bravery to other people through these hide skins which he had hanged on the walls of the mm, reception hall of his palace. And this is the end of the fourth part. Don't forget to watch third lecture of this chapter, as link of the assignment of this chapter is provided in the description box of the last lecture. Till then, goodbye, take care. एक कल करेगा सर